Welcome to Aromahead Institute. I'd like to show you how to make a spray to keep your sponge clean. I know that probably sounds kind of bizarre, and I'm definitely a little obsessed with keeping my sponges clean, keeping things clean in the kitchen. And the essential oils and the ingredients that we're going to use in this sponge spray are great to kill bacteria. So that's the whole idea, and they smell fantastic. So I have my little sponge spray bottle that I just use over and over again, and I'm gonna fill it 3/4 of the way, about 1.5 ounces of water. This is a 2-ounce bottle, and you don't have to be exactly precise when you're making this. So I just have some water here, and I'm gonna pour it in, and I'm gonna fill it 3/4 of the way. And I can always top it off at the end if there's a little extra room. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Castile soap. So I have my Castile soap here, and it's a little hard to pour this into a teaspoon. So I'm just going to pour it into this little beaker. You could use anything with a pour spout. So I'm going to pour the Castile soap into my teaspoon. And then I'll pour that into my spray bottle. Good. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of hydrogen peroxide. And it's a little harder to pour from a tablespoon into here, so I'm just going to put it over this little beaker. Try to get most of it in there. Okay. And then we're gonna add just a dash of white vinegar. It doesn't need much. So I have my white vinegar, and I just have a little pipette, but you can do this any way you want. And I'm just gonna squeeze up and put just a little bit of white vinegar in there. And then comes the fun, which is the essential oils. And in this recipe, I have 10 drops of peppermint essential oil. And I'm just going to lift this up so I can see the drops going in. This smells so refreshing and so good, and it's going to really help keep things clean. And then I'm going to do 5 drops of eucalyptus. Okay, and 5 drops of lemon. And what's so great about this recipe is that you can also use this as an all-purpose cleaner around the kitchen, for the sink, for the counters. And it lasts a long time, and it makes the kitchen smell great. I use it to clean the stovetop. I spray it on the refrigerator if I'm cleaning off the surface of the refrigerator, anything in the kitchen or bathroom. Just going to give it a mix. And when you don't mix it, the essential oils will rise to the top, but that's okay. Just give it a quick mix. And then you just spray your sponge. And I usually turn it over and spray both sides. And you have a nice clean sponge. And I'll do this at night before bed, or any time that it can just sit on the sponge for a couple of hours.